told me.
All right, moving on to chapter 4, boys, relations, and love. This is one of the longer chapters in the books, and it is a very, it offers a lot. I won't give too much away, but there's something in this chapter for everybody, including young women who have made the very sacred decision to wait until marriage for sex. There's something for women who are in abusive relationships and you're dealing with domestic violence and you're trying to find the strength to leave and not repeat the cycle. There's something in here for the woman who feels like, man, it's like I get all what I perceive to be the right guys at the wrong time, and basically feeling like as a woman, no one's ever ready for you. I talk about it all. It spans this chapter. There's something in here for everyone. But what I will read, geez, I just lost the page. Okay, I found it. It's on page 82. And it talks about his power over your life. The importance, especially at a young age, of not allowing yourself to get into consistent and really serious dating because it can paralyze your growth. And my personal beliefs that I promote in this book is that you should prioritize your education and your own self-advancement before romantic relationships, especially at such a young and vulnerable age. All right, so let's see. His power over your life. Our beliefs are very powerful. They shape our life, determine our actions, and eventually reveal to us our strengths, weaknesses, and fears. If you believed in Santa Claus as a child, when December came on the 25th day, you believed you would be receiving a gift from old Saint Nick. You also knew that on Christmas Eve you had to be asleep or Santa Claus wouldn't deliver your gifts. You based your sleeping schedule around the belief of Santa Claus. You allowed him to occupy the space in your mind all December. Beliefs are strong. Ladies, be careful what you believe. It's wise to take your time and thoroughly know a man before you believe in him and put your complete trust in him, because you never know who he truly is. Get to know him for yourself and don't be spoon-fed by who he tells you he is. Pay attention to his habits, conversation, how he treats others, his behavioral patterns, and how he fosters his other relationships. You should also pay attention to how he acts under pressure, where he places his values, and how he conducts himself socially, both privately and publicly. All of these things are very reflective hints of who the guy is as a person. For instance, if a man professes to me that he loves me but gets upset and impatient because I choose not to have sex with him, his profession and actions don't run parallel to one another. If a guy truly loves you, he will not force you against your morals. Instead, he would patiently wait, even at the expense of his own self-centered pleasures. This is so good. I just want to admit or kind of brag on myself. I'm pretty awesome, I like to think. But this book has went on to touch women in ways that I would never even think they would. And it has went to touch women in different age demographics that I didn't think who would find such comfort and such relatable stories in the book. But I actually had, she was in her 70s. She was an older white woman. And she approached me maybe 2 years ago and she said, Lanisha, I found your book and I just had to write you to let you know that I wish I had your wisdom at such a young age, because if I had, I wouldn't have stayed in a relationship for so many years knowing that my husband was cheating on me. She said I would have had the strength to leave. She was like, but I finally left, better late than never, but I wish I had your book in my youth. And then recently I just had a young woman in her 20s purchase my book as she is trying to find strength to leave an emotionally abusive relationship. So this book has went on to create comfort and an outlet for women to, retreat to when they need strength to leave. And there's no other empowering feeling. So yeah, chapter 4 is all about books, relations, and love. So now we're on to chapter 5. Tune in.
Father told me